Hey everybody, good afternoon. Okay, this is gonna be awkward. Hopefully I can look at both of these cameras. I left my tripod at home today, so but anyway, I hope you guys are all doing amazing. Hold on. Okay, I think I got it. No, I didn't. There's something in my tooth. I was eating lunch. Oh my gosh. All right, so so I think I got it. I'm gonna stop messing with it. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy Monday. Welcome to my broadcast. Today, I am talking about how to make yourself more easy to find, searchable on social media. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kiera Solomon. Hi to everybody who came in over on Instagram. Hi to everybody who's tuned in over on Facebook. Thank you guys so much for being here. So this topic is something that I think will help everybody because so many people struggle with this. And really it's the number one reason that we are on social media in the first place, right? And that's for us to be found as business owners, for us to be found as businesses, for people to locate the products or services that they're looking for, the solutions that they're looking for through us, and be able to grow their businesses and all of that great things, right? You want to sell out of your products, you want to do all of the amazing things. So today I have I want to say 7 tips because I literally wrote one down before we hopped in. So let's see. 7 tips though to help you make yourself more searchable on social media. Before we do this, y'all, I really gotta get this tea. I'm so embarrassed, but I hope y'all can forgive me because it was going to drive me mad looking at myself with something in my teeth. So let me start here by introducing myself. My name is Kiera Solomon, and I am the founder of the Right Click Agency. We are a full-service digital marketing agency based in Elkins Park, and we help people to build really amazing marketing plans using digital marketing to be able to reach their ideal client, make more money online. So we help people with everything from Instagram to Facebook, YouTube, and web design, graphic design, sales funnels, and so much more. And this upcoming weekend, I am hosting my Digital Brand Explosion Conference, and I'm super, super excited about that. If you haven't already got your tickets, you can purchase your tickets now. I just put the link up on the screen, but it's digitalbrandexplosion.com. Okay, even if you can't be there in person, you guys make sure that you go get a virtual ticket so that you can join us for this amazing event. So I'm gonna get into the content, but I just need you guys to help me out. Make sure that you send some hearts up if you're watching this on Instagram. Make sure you send this to somebody's DM so that they can tune in. If you're watching this on Facebook, please do the same thing for us. Comment in the chat, share this with somebody that can help you. That's literally gonna help me reach more people and be able to give more people this amazing content. Okay, so the first thing that I want to tell you guys is that when you are working on making yourself more searchable on social media, the number one thing that you want to do is think about your name and make sure that your name, the actual name space on your Facebook or Instagram profile, is being used appropriately. Okay. So I'm going to use my client, Brett Parker, the urban accountant. We recently took over his Facebook and Instagram management. And the first thing that we did was change the name of his business profile to Brett Parker, the urban accountant. Literally. Why? Because somebody who is coming on social media and looking for Brett Parker, or they're looking for an accountant, right, in Philadelphia, Brett would ideally, over time, once we do some more things, I'm going to talk about some of these other things that you can do, but over time, Brett is going to show up in the search results for somebody that's searching that thing. I met someone the other day, and they a very great contact. I'm actually super glad that I met her, because I think there are so many opportunities for us to work together, and so many things for me to learn from her, right? So that's the best part of it. But she said she didn't have any business cards, and she said, well, can I connect with you on LinkedIn? And so she asked me for, like, oh, well, give me your LinkedIn information. It's literally my name, my first name. That's it. Go to linkedin.com/Kiara, and I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna be the one that comes up. Okay. So you want to make it easy for people to get to your information. A lot of times I see people use alternative ways to spell things, or a play on words that maybe not everybody gets or understands, or things that are easily misspelled. And unfortunately, if you have one of those things, that's going to be a barrier for you when it comes to being able to be searchable, right? Is what we're talking about today. Making yourself easily searchable on social media. So if you are, you don't want to go out of your way. I'm not going to use any examples that I have seen over time, because I don't want to offend anybody when it comes to how they chose to name their business. But I do want you to know that you don't need to go out of your way to create unique spellings that people are not going to be able to find. Okay. You definitely 100% want to avoid making that mistake. Don't make up spellings to words that people don't use if you don't have to. Okay. So that's my number one tip. And that's the first thing you're going to do when you're setting up your business profile or a new business profile. Okay. You're going to set up the name. You're going to create the name of the business or the account. Okay. Number two is, when you're writing your bio on any of these platforms, you want to include keywords in your bio. Okay, so if you go look at my bio on Instagram, actually my handle is Kiara Solomon, but my name says like Facebook and Instagram ads, web design, Facebook, Instagram ads, because that's how intentional I want to be with when somebody is searching for web design, Facebook, and Instagram ads, or social media management. I wouldn't name myself social media management, but web design, Facebook, and Instagram ads. So when you are writing your bio on these platforms, I know that you want to talk about your love for puppies. I'm just using that example because I don't think any of you guys have used that. But I know you want to talk about, things that make you unique and things that you're excited about. You love to bake. But if you're not selling cakes, if you're not a baker by profession, then that's probably something that doesn't need to be in your professional bio on these pages or platforms, the pages and platforms that you're using for business. I'm not talking about today whether or not you are using your personal platform, your personal profiles on Facebook and Instagram to market your business, because I think, that's an individual decision, and there are pros and cons to doing both. I understand why people want to create separate accounts, but what I do want you guys to do is, no matter which account type it is, when you're writing your bio, you want to include the key words and phrases that people are searching for when they're looking for the product or service that you make, that you have to offer. So you want to make sure that it's very clear up front when people meet you, when they get introduced to you, the first time they end up on your Facebook profile, the first time they end up on your Instagram profile, that they know what you do. Some of you guys, that's not clear when we end up on your profile. Some of you guys, it's not clear that, that's what's happening. So you want to make sure that's clear and that people see that information. Okay. And today, again, for those of you who are just tuning in, thank you so much for being here. I super appreciate you guys tuning into the broadcast. Today, we are talking about how to make yourself more searchable, or how to make yourself easier to find on social media by the people who are looking for your products and services, right? So the people who want what you have for sale. If you're a hairdresser, they want to get their hair done. If you own a boutique, they want to buy the clothes. If you are a coach or a consultant, you have a product or a service, whatever it is, people are looking for that. And there's a way that you can do that by using social media. Okay. So number one, we said make sure that your name is easy to find, easy to spell. People don't have to look all over for you. You didn't make up any spellings of words. Number two, make sure that your bio includes keywords and phrases that people are gonna use when they're searching for what you have to offer. Okay. Number three is you need to write your captions, your content, whatever stuff you're sharing on social media. You need to write that stuff using the phrases that people actually use when they're searching for you. So I want to give you an example, okay? When somebody is searching for a plumber, right? Somebody to come and like repair a broken sink or repair a, leaky ceiling or a leaky faucet. Those are the things that they're actually going to search for on whether they're searching on YouTube or whether they're searching on social media. So if the content that you have been creating and sharing, if you're using those keywords and phrases in your post, right? Like when you post, I just cleaned up this job and we had to fix this leaky pipe. That's gonna make it easy for people to identify you as a plumber, number one. And number two, it's actually gonna make the content that you share on these platforms searchable. Now, you can take it a step further, and this actually takes me to number four. You can take it a step further and make your content even more searchable by including hashtags that are relevant to whatever it is that you're posting. So let me give you guys another example. If this plumber is posting a picture, before and after picture of when he cleaned up this leaky ceiling at someone's home, and he shares the before and after, and he says, hey, before and after leaky ceiling, we got the job done. Hashtag Philly plumbers. I don't know, I'm just making this up. Okay. Hashtag Philly plumbers. Hashtag leaky pipes. Right. Hashtag plumbers in PA. I don't know. Now, I would suggest that you do some research around your hashtags, but when you're writing content that's relevant and then you're also using relevant hashtags, how many of you guys have ever searched for something on social media and then it says sort by relevant content? You've searched on Google and it says sort by relevant content. That's the default setting. So these platforms are created to show you content that is automatically deemed to be most relevant to what you're searching for. If you're following me and this is making sense, can you guys just give me some hearts if you're watching this over on Instagram? If you're watching this on Facebook, just comment in the chat and let me know if I'm making sense to you, because I really, really hope you guys understand that even though it takes just a little bit of extra like thought to be able to do this, it actually really, really helps you. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I literally, so this maybe I should have titled the topic how I booked a $2,500 client that I never met before in one day because my profile was searchable. So this woman literally found us, called us. We did very little sales, right? Had one conversation with her. She felt that we were a good fit for her, and she literally signed her contract, sent her payment, like everything. And I asked her, how did you find me? And she said, well, I searched for Facebook and Instagram ads on Instagram, and you popped up, and we have a few mutual friends. And after speaking to you, I feel like you're a good fit. So you really have the ability to get now. That's just one example. People find us all the time. I'm just literally giving you guys the most recent example of somebody who told me that they found us on social media. Okay. But this happens all the time because I am using the tips that we're talking about today. So make sure that you're creating content that is relevant to your audience, but also make sure that the hashtags that you use are relevant to the content that you create. That's going to make sure that you show up in those searches when people are looking for those particular items. Or make it like, have you ever seen like Facebook, somebody makes a recommendation? That's going to also help you people to identify you as being someone who's in this industry when people are asking for recommendations, which that often happens on social media. All right. So I said you're naming your bio topics. So you want to you write using phrases that people are searching for. Number 4, you want to use hashtags. Uh, number 5, the number 5 tip that I want to give you guys is to avoid using what are considered black hat tricks. Okay. So there are some people that you might meet who can tell you that they can grow your following really, really fast, or they know this strategy where they can get you, all of these people to follow your page, and all they need is your username, and they're going to be able to get you all of this stuff on your account. It's going to grow your account. You're going to have all of this, fame and success. I want you guys to be very, very cautious about using black hat tricks, because Facebook and Instagram, as you know, are often updating their algorithm, updating their platform, making changes to what they do and how they do it, right? And what they allow and how they allow it. And when you get caught in that like web of accounts that are swept, whether it's because you have a whole bunch of spam followers, or you're doing some other black hat trick on your social media engagement or something like that, what happens is that it's like a blacklisting. Have you ever seen people who are like they can't go live, they can't tap into certain features, but they can still come on Instagram? So it's kind of like that. It's like a blacklisting of your account that is very, very hard to undo. Okay. So you want to stay away from things. You want to stay away from techniques that are considered black hat techniques. Hey, Resume Workshop, thanks for coming in. That are considered black hat techniques that might get you some good engagement initially, might get you some good results initially, but long term, they have the ability to really damage your page's reach. And also off the bat, it really does, unless you have a person that really, 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 really knows what they're doing and knows how to read those analytics, is actually going to really damage your analytics and prevent you from being able to reach the right people on social media. So it seems like it's helpful because it's getting you likes and views, but it's not really helpful because it's not really the right people, if that makes sense. If somebody has ever pitched the black hat opportunity to you, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So avoid them. The next tip that I have for you, I lost count. I think this is number 6. And thank you so much for those hearts. I appreciate it. If this is helpful to you guys, please make sure that you like the video. Please make sure you share it with somebody who could use this information. And if this is helping you and you know you need a real strategy to grow your social media following, to make your profile more shareable, or more searchable rather, to position yourself as the expert in your industry, you need some real advice to do that, so that you can grow your following, so that you can attract the people that you really need to connect with, so that you can make more money online. Join us for the Digital Brand Explosion Conference, because we're going to be teaching all of this and so much more. It's like literally going to be bananas. I cannot begin to explain how excited I am about all of the stuff that we have planned for you guys. So you want to be there, even if you can only be there virtually. You can go purchase tickets at digitalbrandexplosion.com. Make sure that you sign up. Make sure that you're in the room. One of the things that I tell people all the time, hi, Lavette, thank you so much for tuning in. One of the things that I tell people all the time is that, you know, your network really does determine your net worth. People, a lot of times, it's not that they are not amazing. It's not that they are not qualified to do amazing things. It's that they're often not in the room. Right. And so you need to be in the room with the right people if you're going to go to the next level. Sometimes it's about access. It's not even about ability. Okay. It's just about proximity. Who is nearby me that I know that does this thing? People are often looking for people through referrals, and people often make their referrals through connections. So you need to be connected to more people if you are serious about growing your business. Make sure you're at this conference if you have the ability to do so. You can go purchase your tickets at digitalbrandexplosion.com. So many amazing entrepreneurs have already gotten their ticket. We're honoring so many amazing entrepreneurs. And so I'm super, super, super excited about everybody that's participating, everybody that's been helping to make this event amazing, everybody that's been supportive, everybody that's been a part of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for all of your help and everything that you're doing. And thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. Thank you. So again, today we're talking about how to make yourself easier to find on social media. That's the reason why we're all here. If you are a business owner, right? Most of us are on social media to make new connections, to market, and to promote the products or services that we have. So we already talked about making sure that your name has an easy spelling and that you're not going out of your way to come up with like alternative spellings of phrases and things like that. The second thing is that you want to make sure that when you're writing your bio, you include keywords, words and phrases that people are using when they're searching for whatever product or service that you have. You also want to make sure that when you're creating your content, you're creating content around topics that people are searching for, problems and products and things that people are looking for when they're looking for whatever it is that you sell. And you want to make sure that you're using hashtags that are relevant. People ask me all the time, like, should I use hashtags on Facebook? Yeah, you actually can and should use hashtags on Facebook and also on LinkedIn, okay? But when you are using hashtags on Facebook and LinkedIn, you want to take a less is more approach and really only use like 5 main hashtags on those platforms so that you're not just like doing too much on those platforms. Less is more on Facebook and on LinkedIn when it comes to hashtags, but you definitely want to be using them in the content that you create. Yes, and hashtags are extremely important to making your content relevant or making your relevant content searchable. Let me say it that way. I talked about that a little bit earlier before you came in, but it's a great way to make sure that people who are looking for that particular information are able to find it. And these social media platforms are now doing a lot to scan content and to determine whether or not it is relevant. So a lot of times, I don't know if you guys notice, when you search hashtags or you search certain topics on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or Twitter or anywhere else, it will give you the option to sort the content by relevant content, right? So the things that are relevant are the things that show up first, and that's super, super important for you. So we have a question real fast, which is, how important is it to have a tagline or a slogan for your business for people to find you? So I think that you should have a tagline or a slogan for your business so that people will be able to associate it with a particular phrase, right? So like KFC, we do chicken right, right? So I'm just using them because it's literally the first thing that popped in my head. But I don't think that having a tagline or slogan is essential to promoting your business or for people to find you. And if you're still in that phase in your business where you're not sure what your slogan is or your tagline is and you're developing it, that's okay, because the people that you connect with online, they can be a great resource to influence your slogan or tagline. As you're coming up with ideas, you can ask people for input and they'll be able to let you know if it sounds good, if it's relatable, if it makes sense to them, because you want to make sure that it does all of those things as well. Okay, so let me get back to my list, and I'm definitely going to take some more questions as well this afternoon. So if you have them, please continue to post them and ask them. So you also want to avoid any black hat tricks. That's one of the biggest things. Like I said, it's going to actually have a negative impact for you. You want to encourage people to tag people in content that's relevant, share the content that you create that's shareable, and you want to focus on creating that type of content to boost your engagement. Right now, social media platforms really strongly prefer content that people are commenting on, sharing, or saving so that they can come back later. And so a like is actually one of the least beneficial things that somebody can do. Like, of course, I would prefer you to like it than not like it, but that's literally like bottom of the list in terms of what type of engagement social media prefers right now. And so you want to do things that's going to make your content relevant to other people so that other people will interact with it by tagging somebody below, sending it to somebody else on another platform, saving it to come back to it later and watch it some more or engage with it later. And people who create that type of content, actually, you will see, have a lot more engagement on their social media platforms. It's like the more people engage, the more they get people to engage, right? And that's the good and the bad about the algorithm, right? Because the bad, we see it happening with like terroristic groups and people who are, polarizing the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine, and all of those sorts of things. So we see it happening kind of in a negative way or a negative light with that. But it also works so that if people do find your content really engaging, if people are really excited about connecting with you, learning more about you, being, kept up on what you have going on and what you're doing, then it really does do a great job of consistently showing people your content, the people who engage with it, the people who like it, the people who comment, the people who share it, right? So if you can do more of that, if you can do more to get more people tagging your content, sharing your content, saving your content for later, then that's going to be a really great strategy to make your content shareable in the future, because other people are going to see it anyway because people are tagging and sharing and saving. Does that make sense? So if I have 5,000 friends and I share your post with my 5,000 friends, maybe 10% of them see it, 500, I don't know. That's a very high estimate. That's probably not going to happen in the real world, but I don't do math on the spot well. Anyway, so if 500 of my friends see your content and then 50 of them share it, how many of their friends are going to see your content? So of course it's going to grow legs, right? It's going to grow exponentially. And that's the thing about Facebook and Instagram. That's the thing about social media in general, is that if it's done correctly, you really can use it to amplify a message in like phenomenal ways at the speed of light. That's how you see people go from being zero to viral, in under 3 days. I don't know. So my last tip for you guys before I go, I have one final tip, but I just want to tell you guys something about the importance of making yourself shareable or searchable on social media. Is that 83% of people who use Facebook and Instagram actually use it to discover products and services. 83% of the people on these platforms are actually using it to search for products or services that they need. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know I used to say that people don't come to social media to search for products and services, but that is drastically changing as these platforms are becoming more and more uh aligned with e-commerce, right? And it makes it easier for e-commerce business owners to integrate into the app, to get people to shop from the platform, to get people to do all types of things, have all types of actions and behaviors from these platforms directly. So you really, if you use this strategy, you really can boost your visibility in a phenomenal way, right? Really get your business to be in front of so many people, raise your brand awareness, build yourself as an expert. And we see people doing this day in and day out and really leveraging the power of social media and taking themselves to the next level. And again, you can do it too, right? There's nothing that separates you from these other people. Like, you literally have the opportunity, the ability to be able to do that as well. So I just want you to think about that. I want you to keep that in mind as you are thinking about whether or not you need to use this or do this uh, on social media. So my final tip for you is that you can boost your visibility on social media and make yourself more searchable. Again, get yourself into more people's feeds and in front of more eyes by creating more content that your subscribers, your connections like the most. Okay, that's literally the best and easiest way. So if your subscribers like video content that you do, webinar trainings or live stream videos, then create more of them. If your clients or your connections on social media like more content where you are uh talking about, doing makeup and doing makeup tutorials, do them. Okay, whatever it is that people like, that's going to boost your engagement, that's going to get more people to see your content, you want to regularly do that, because it's going to make everything else that you do so much more powerful. Okay, so I do see some additional questions, Lavette. I would tell you that I think you need to schedule a consultation with me, because it seems like you have a unique situation as it relates to your social media. I definitely think that you can have a religious brand on social media. She says, I have a great deal of religious content. Is that a deterrent? No, you just have to make sure that you are using it effectively, and that you are targeting the right people, and that your target audience reflects and values the same type of content and information that you're going to be sharing on your page. So that would be the best thing that I could tell you to do. And and then you may also want to consider keeping certain things on one page and keeping other things on another page. And that's one of the ways that we help a lot of our clients kind of distinguish things that overlap when they don't always overlap in a seamless kind of way, if that makes sense. So again, if you need help with your digital marketing strategy, guys, please make sure you join us for the Digital Brand Explosion. You can go to digitalbrandexplosion.com right now to get your tickets, or you can go to Eventbrite and get all the details about this amazing event. Virtual tickets are still available for as low as $49. You can get your virtual tickets so that you don't miss out on any of this information. Okay, you guys, it's super, super, super important. Lavette, if you're serious about getting these questions answered, those of you who are tuned in this afternoon who really know you need help and you've been trying to figure out, how can I get the help? There's no better way that you can help yourself get access to all of the things you need to know than to attend this conference. So go ahead to that website now, grab your ticket. Virtual tickets available. We still do have some in-person tickets available as well. Make sure you're at this event, and I will see you guys all soon. If this helped you, please make sure you share this video with your friends and your followers. Okay, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.